Hello, we are Group 1 and this is the video demonstration of a car dealership management system that we have developed for Auto 136 and the Programming 1 course at RMIT. This system is designed to help streamline tasks like managing cars, sales, and services with features like simple CRUD operations, role-based access control, and real-time data updates. Our system makes everything easier for managers, salespeople, mechanics, and clients. Now let's take a look at how it works. Alright, so this is when you first boot up into the system. You'll get the screen right here. And now we'll try to log in with a manager. If you use invalid, just prompt you to retry. Alright, here we go. We're logged into the main menu. First, it's the manage profile menu. We can view our info, and we can modify our account as we please. So name, say, been modified, and we can view to see it's modified. Cool. Now we'll hop on over to our car and auto park menu. We can add a car as a manager. We'll add, say it's a new car for sale. It's a Tesla Model S 2010. Color is red, and the mileage is 1500. Price, big price. Notes, none. See, car created successfully. We can also display our cars, and you can see our car created right here. As you can notice, it doesn't display all of the information. To do that, we use our search function. And let's try an invalid ID. So say car not found. Valid ID this time. Here we go. I'll create a car. Try to update our car as well. Let's say we want to change the price. Change price. Big price. And price is updated. We can also do the same for auto parts. So let's add an auto part. Tire. Michelin. It's new. And it's 12 months. Price. Big price. Notes. No. And a part's been created successfully. Now we'll try to update our auto part. Go. Part just been updated. And we'll change the manufacturer. It's by Ford. See? Exit. And we can also search for the part that we just created as well. Go. Shows us additional information like warranty months and price. 2 months additional notes and our status. We can delete as well. We delete the card we just created. Go, card deleted successfully. And we can see, we can check if that's really true. Say no, and we don't see it right here. And the same goes for auto parts. Go. Delete successfully. And then we go for search. No, we don't see the part we just created. So that's a win. Next we'll go over to our transactions menu. We can display all transactions, or we can filter them by date. So let's say we put in some random dates. Say invalid. Okay, we'll get a real date this time. And let's say our end date is something worse. Say 9/3/2024. Say end date cannot be after start date. Okay, so let's try 35/4. So this is our only transaction in this date. We can also search a transaction by ID. Say here. And we can get this transaction right here. We can also filter by a specific person. So say we only want sales transaction from this specific person. We can also see only one. And we can also delete a transaction. When it deletes, it will put this part as available, and it will update the spending of our client. We'll try to create a new transaction. We'll have to input a user ID, a transaction date. I'll put it as today. And our client. This one right here. Let's actually use this one. She has a discount. And we'll type that she wants to buy a new part. And we can test to see if two of the same parts show up. Okay, it's only one, and we've added discount 20% since she's a platinum member. And if you want to update the transaction that we just created, we can type in the ID. And say we want to modify items. We can say she bought a spark plug and a fog light. I'll update right here, spark plug and fog light. And once we want to delete, we can just delete it. Alright, that's literally it for our transactions menu. Now we'll move on over to the service menu. First, let's create a new service. See, the service date is today. And our client, but let's say this client. And we have two options if the service was by us or the service by another. And so we can add it to a service history of the car. So let's say it's made by this mechanic right here. And we can select a couple of service categories. So it's a routine maintenance and it's an oil change. We can also add some parts if we want. So it's an oil change. I'll put an engine oil. None additional notes. And since the client doesn't have a car in the database, we'll press enter to register a car. So let's say the client drives a Tesla, Model Y, 2022. It's a red car. Mileage is this much, and no additional notes. And say needs an engine oil change by next month. And we'll see we created a service right here. Tesla Model Y, client, mechanic. Cool. So let's try to create a service by other as well. To add to the service history of the car, the client is the same as before. So other, and we can say car wash by other store. And since the car is in the database, same Tesla Model Y that we registered before, it's added to the service history. We can check that by going to the car and auto part menu, searching for that same car. Go, you can see service history right here. We'll try to update the service. And here we go. You see the service we just created right here. Say it wasn't. We want to change the service type. You can see the available stuff right here. We can say we changed the air filter. And there we go, service cost, and the cost has been changed. Now let's try to update and delete the service. Let's try to delete the car wash from before. Okay. And now when we go search for that car, say service history is just one. Let's change the effort. Yeah, and that's it for our service. Okay, next up is our statistics menu. Since we are a manager, we can access to a lot of statistics right here. So first we can see the number of cars sold. We can filter them, same as before. But let's try to view all available. So we've only sold one car. It's pretty bad. We'll see view our service statistics. So view all available. We can see the total service revenue, the number of services by us, the number of auto parts used, the revenue by the client, our top mechanic, our most used service, our highest revenue service, uses of services, revenue, the revenue of each mechanic. Pretty cool. And the sales statistics, let's say all. We can say the sales revenue, number of transactions, cars sold, auto parts sold, salesperson by revenue, by sales count, revenue by salesperson, sales by salesperson, all of that good stuff. We can view by each mechanic. Say this guy. All available. See services done. And let's try salesperson. Start here. All available. You can see 2 transactions. We can also do revenue by shop. See revenue by employee, combined revenue, and revenue by client as well. We can list all the cars are sold. Just this one right here. We can view auto part statistics. We can see auto part, total part in stock, sold, condition, and car statistics. We can see our total car revenue sold, average car price, top selling model, model with highest revenue, revenue by car model, and the total cars that are in repair. Yeah, that's it for our statistics menu. As a manager, you can also do manage users, so you can view all the users in the system, filter it by role, and you can also view a user by the ID. So say this one right here, and you can also update any users that you want. So let's say I'm gonna update this guy. I'm gonna update his name or password. Say update his name. View the ID. See the name's just been changed right here. Alright. And last up we have our activity logs menu, which we can view all activity logs in the system. Or you can view it by a particular ID. In this case, we haven't accessed that user yet, so there's no ID, there's no activity logs, and you can also filter it by date. See all the logs from those dates only. You can view by my activity logs, and that's pretty much it for a manager. Alright, our next user is the mechanic, and we'll log in right here. So the manage profile menu is the same as the manager, and when display all cars, we can as a mechanic we can also only display the cars that are available for repair. And if you want to add a car, it is for a customer or a client that is in for repair. So we'll try this client right here. She has a Toyota Corolla 2010, which is blue. Mileage, price, and car update right here. There you go. Our car just been updated. And when display auto parts, only auto parts for sale. And when you search for a car, you can only search for car that's available for repair. So if you try to use a different car, that's literally it for the car and auto part menu. Where the mechanic will mostly spend his time is in the service menu. So display all services by me, we can all see this. And they can create a service as well. Say it's today. For this client right here, which we just created a car for by us. It's a system repair fuel injection. And say we change her exhaust pipe as well. And let's see, Corolla, here you go, just created a service. You can also look up, update a service as well. So let's say you want to change the service date, put it as 9, and here you go, service date. We can also delete, also search the service by ID. There you go, shows up right here. And if you want to delete a service, that works as well. Say delete the service that we just created. Next up, the mechanic can also view some statistics as well. Check our part statistics, parts that we've used, and car statistics. We have serviced these cars right here. Okay, we can also check the revenue services. Say so revenue services is this much. And lastly, we can view our activity logs. And that's it for our mechanics. Right, the third role in our system is a salesperson. So we'll try to log in as a salesperson right here. And first, let's see what offers us in the car and auto part menu. So for displaying all cars, it only shows us the cars that are for sale, and also the same with auto parts. And when we want to search for a car, we can only search for cars that are on sale. It shows us the information right here. And the same for auto parts as well. Alright, now we'll move on to transactions, which is where they'll spend most of their time. We can display all transactions by me, which currently this person doesn't have. And so let's create a new transaction. So 14.4, and let's say this transaction is for this person, this client right here. Go. Let's say the client wants to buy a new car along with a taillight. Here you go, straight simple. And when you move display, it shows up right here. Pretty intuitive. When you want to update, say take this one right here. I'm going to change the purchase item. That car, he wants to refund the car. So let's only get the taillight. We'll input the taillight right here. And our transaction has been updated. You can also delete transaction as well if you want. For our sake, we're not going to do that. And yep, that's pretty much it. Move on to our statistics now. We can list all the items that we have sold, which in this case is one, our taillight, and revenue of sales. We only have one sale, so 950 right here. Cool. And activity logs, we can view all we've just done right here, and we can filter them as well. And that's pretty much it for a salesperson. Right, and lastly we have the client role. So I'll try to log in as a client, and go to our car and auto part menu. We can view all the cars that are for sale or ones that I own. Displaying auto parts is also the cars that are for sale. When searching for a car, we can only do the cars that are for sale or one that we own. So let's try a car that we don't own. We can say you are not authorized to view this car. And let's search for the car that we own right here. Let's go. We can see service history and our car, everything Lovely jubbly. Alright, we can also view statistics. So list all the services done for me. You know, see a lot of this right here. And all set transactions for me, which is the one that we just created before. Pretty cool. And lastly, our activity logs is the same as pretty much every other one. Yep, so that's about it for the client.